Good morning. Just kidding, it's not morning, but I'm making these string toppers. Welcome back to another Michelle the Maker moment. I'm making a drink sign. Did I say drink toppers? Girl, I don't know. I'm making this string sign and I'm using my Cricut machine. I have not used the machine in so long, but you just realize the powerfulness of a Cricut machine and all that it can do. You're going to need acrylic paint markers, an acrylic board, and you're going to need an adapter because the Cricut pen cannot use this adapter, if that makes sense. So I'm here changing the adapter for it to go in the Cricut machine so the acrylic paint can work. Here I am designing because I went in Canva and designed this because Canva is really that girl. Like, everything is in there, so I didn't have to hire a graphic designer or figure it out by myself or get images from outside of Canva because everything's there and I pay the fee. So yes, I'm gonna use it. But this is an 8x10 board, 8x10 acrylic board that I found on Amazon. I will link everything in my bio. I don't have Amazon storefront, but it's okay. Money will come from somewhere else. So I am just making sure everything fits. The design, once again, is an 8x10 acrylic board from Amazon. And essentially, I am making sure that it fits in the middle so it can fit in the middle of my Cricut. This step allows you to be able to it allows the Cricut to find where it will be writing or drawing. And I am attaching the two images and then I'm going to go to the cut setting. But before I do that, I want to make sure that it fits where the actual board will be on the Cricut. I'm just going to be talking through this and hopefully you catch what you need because honestly, I don't know what's next after this tutorial or after this part of this video because I'm just talking. Okay, yes, no, I had to switch the pen and I ended up choosing one of the settings that matched the acrylic part or the acrylic pen that I chose. And now I am just naming what it'll be in my Cricut project so I can always go back to it and not be confused about what I did before. So everything's there, which is so nice. And now we're going to cut. Listen, this is very important. Make sure that you bring the board down to 2 inches on the board, the second space on the board, and also remove the background from this part because I didn't, and it literally drew an 8x10 rectangle on my new board or new cutting mat that I just bought. So please do that. I tried first to make sure that my name and the pen was enough to write. So I wrote my name down with the pen and the adapter. And now we are getting into the project and it is drawing for me, which is beautiful. You know, I used to use vinyl and do the vinyl and then put it on the board and then draw into the board. Not knowing that the Cricut can fully well draw this whole project out is actually crazy to me. And it's honestly, this came out so cute. I am so happy with the way it came out. And here is like the final look. It's so cute. I am gonna be a DIY girly always. I love a good DIY, and if I can do it, guess who's going to do it? Me. So this is so cute for parties. This is not just for Valentine's. This is for weddings too. Are you kidding? A DIY wedding? Me. Because my stuff is going to be cute at my wedding. That's what it's going to be. So I'm just taking the board off of this or the piece of acrylic off of this, and it's so cute. I really love the way this came out. I could do another video of like designing it to be more specific. If you have questions, just put it down in the comments and I'll be able to help you. But it's so cute. I put something behind so you can kind of see better. Yeah, I'm just really talking, girl. I should do a whole prayer. I pray that your year is going to be amazing. Honestly, I pray that you have an amazing 2026 and that the Lord will surpass every dream that you ever could have thought you had inside of you. And that's the first tutorial. So I'm just going to call these drink covers or drink things that go around the drink for names. So you need gel markers for this, gel pens, sorry, also from Amazon. Of course, you need a glass and some paper. And that's essentially what I did. I'm here measuring the bottom of the diameter of this glass or what is this called? Wine glass that I'm going to be using. Also, I want to give a shout out to Erin Rogers because I saw these tutorials on her page, but I wanted to make it my own. I'm going into Canva to design. I wanted a squiggly line just like she did it, but the only difference between her and mine is that the middle of mine is something special. If you know anything about me, or if you don't, my name is Michelle, and I am the owner of an African-inspired clothing, home decor, and accessories brand, and it's everything inspired by Africa, specifically the shape of Africa, because I love seeing it in new and unique ways. So I'm here designing, trying to make sure stuff looks cute. And then as I'm designing, I'm like, wait, what do I want this to be like? Or what color do I want it to be like? What do I want the middle part of this portion to be? And you can just, if you have Canva design space, you can just go in and put, I don't even know what I put. I think I put squiggly circle, and this came up. So here I am just making sure all the pieces match. And now I'm trying to do the piece that will go around the stem of your wine glass. And I realized I don't want to do the same thing she did. It's just not fun, right? It was cute what she did, but I didn't want to do that same thing. So I ended up putting up the shape of Africa, which I'm so happy. It came out beautifully. So this essentially goes for any party. I love a custom moment that you did at home. This was so cheap to make. Besides buying the markers that will last, what, a year plus? That's all I really did. The paper I already had because I was already going to do a project. So this is really it. I am talking through, make sure you save this as a PNG to go into the Cricut design space. Did I say Canva design space before? You're gonna save this as a PNG to go into Cricut design space. And once you get into Cricut design space, you're gonna make sure you click the center of whatever image you put in the middle for the middle of your stem. And then you're just going to go and put it in there. It's gonna go really big, but make it 3x3 because it is a 3x3 piece of paper that goes around your wine glass. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing all the things in Canva. I don't remember specifically, but I do know I sized it back down to 3 inches. And with that, I made sure that it would fit around my wine glass. Next, I wanted to see the colors, just like the other tutorial I watched. I wanted to see the colors. I'm using red, and then you're gonna put a text because this is a cut and write project. And I just love the Cricut machine. I wish I low-key came up with that idea, but it is well. So I thought I was gonna use my name, but Valentine's Day is coming up, and I have these beautiful African-inspired cards from my brand called the IO Project. So I ended up choosing the words, "I freaking love you," which is one of my favorite cards ever from the IO Project. So that's what this is. And I'm just making sure that everything fits on this image and it makes sense. So now you're going to create a slit for your wine glass. So this piece of paper can actually go around it. I believe it's 0.05. And you're gonna make it all the way small, then you're gonna attach it to the top of this piece of paper or this image. After that, you're gonna put that together. Do not do it with the words because it's gonna slice the words out, but please do it at the top so you can slice or splice out on the Cricut so it can be an empty section for the opening of your wine glass. And you'll see it here in a moment. Okay, so now we've spliced everything out, and now we're gonna attach the words. It's going to be an attachment, but you have to make sure that you change the words from cut to draw. And you choose whatever pen that you want to use, or the weight or the thickness of your pen, and then that's really it. Then you're gonna press cut and draw, and that's what happens with the Cricut machine. It just does all the work for you, which I really enjoy. So I'm just creating a whole bunch because of course this is for Valentine's and it's going to be so cute. But I just created a whole bunch so the Cricut can cut and draw at the same time. This takes up, imagine this for a wedding. Yes, it'll take a bit of time, but it'll be so nice for a custom thing. I'm just making my board for my Cricut design space so I can go back to it with an ease once again. I'm laying down this, what is this? A 12 by 12 piece of cardstock that I got from Michael's in a pack. I think it was like $6.99 or $8.99, one of those, but I got a deal. And I'm just putting it on the mat. I use the light mat. Yeah, this is the light mat. And I'm just using the Cricut to, you know, go ahead and cut this stuff out. It started drawing for me, and that's really it. This is a beautiful project. I'm just talking just to talk at this point. We almost over. It's almost finished. But it's cutting, which is I love it. And you're gonna see the end of it in a moment here. And look how cute these came out. That is really the end of a long-winded tutorial or somewhat tutorial. If you have any questions, just put them down below and I will answer to the best of my ability. And this is them going around the glass. So cute, so easy. And that is all. Like and subscribe. Michelle the Maker. I have so many new things coming up, coming out, and I hope you love this. Until next time. Bye.